The floodwaters have receded, but they left behind a big mess and a lot of damage. Thanks for joining us. I'm Greg Payne. This was the scene after yesterday's storms in Excelsior Springs. They've been hit hard twice in the last few weeks, and they're worried about the possibility of more flooding. KCTV5's Leslie Aguilar got a closer look at the damage inside one of the town's historic homes.
This is the site John Ray woke up to Friday morning. His house was basically in a river.
This was a true flash flood. It came up so quick.
Flash forward to this morning when the waters had fully receded and cleanup began.
All that's going, I'm trashing all that.
After taking pictures for the insurance company of the damage,
Look at that. That stuff was all stacked neatly down there before.
And calling the adjusters.
I have flood insurance. I pay $2,200 for a year, but then you got to argue with them to get them to pay for anything.
The big cleanup question came to mind.
Where to start? Because it was like a catastrophe down here.
All day Saturday, Ray and his family moved wheelbarrows full of mud, debris, and ruined stuff.
Whatever floats in out of the river, some of it's mine, some of it ain't mine.
The giant pile of dirty garbage in his backyard is work for another day. But it's work he's willing to do, despite the fact this century-old house has flooded too many times to count.
My taxes and my insurance, insurance, and flood insurance for this old house is $4,600 a year. It's a lot of money for an old house, you know?
Yeah.
But my kids grew up here, and one of them still lives here, so, you know, I do what Dad could do, you know.
Ray was told when he bought the place in 1995 it would only flood once every 500 years. That's not the case, and he's always got an eye on the nearby creek. This creek looks peaceful right now. You wouldn't guess that just yesterday the water rose above this bridge and even went above these guardrails that you can see is now holding up this debris. People all over town are cleaning up damage from the flash flood that came and went so quickly. People around town are claiming lost and flooded cars.
It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. They didn't wake up, so they didn't know when they got up their cars were floating away.
And generally cleaning up and bracing for the possibility of more rain. Leslie Aguilar, KCTV5 News.
Now tonight, a few roads are still underwater. The Platte River spilled over its banks near Edgerton, Missouri, and flooded Z Highway. And you wouldn't want to drive through this. If you can see that street sign, you'll notice about half of it is underwater. That would be enough to sweep you right off the road. And our city cam caught a brief downpour at Arrowhead Stadium this afternoon. This was just a few hours before Monster Jam took the field. I bet the rain made things a little messy for the monster trucks. So are we finally starting to